I would like to begin my speech today in reference to a documentary named Tapped. I recently watched this documentary and it really has impacted the way I think and behave. Moreover, I am hopeful that the information I present today will be of some use in your lives as well. The documentary begins with an impacting statistic that states that by the year 2030, 2/3 of the world will be lacking access to clean drinking water, and that this is going to be an issue facing everyone regardless of where they live in the world, end quote. Furthermore, my topic today will be just that, the what, when, where, and how of water pollution, specifically in bottled water. And the first point I would like to make is the EWG's findings. The EWG is an environmental working group that is the nation's leading health research and advocacy organization. They exercise our rights under the Freedom of Information Act, and their mission, as stated by the EWG.org website, is to see that Americans get straight facts so they can make healthier choices and enjoy a cleaner environment. They use information they retrieve to create research and transform government policies in our marketplace to ensure that our water and food and etc. are free of harmful chemicals. The EWG has concluded that bottled water, quote, is simply not justified and may be harmful. Due to recent testing they have conducted, the EWG states that in reality, bottled water contains chemical pollutants and in some cases even bacteria, end quote. So what is it that they have exactly found in bottled waters? Recent laboratory tests that the EWG have conducted at one of the country's leading laboratories for water quality have found that, quote, 10 popular brands of bottled water purchased from grocery stores and retailers in 9 states contained 38 chemical pollutants altogether, with an average of 8 contaminants in each brand, end quote. Among the wide range of pollutants they found, the list included, as stated by the EWG, not only disinfection byproducts, but also common wastewater pollutants like caffeine, pharmaceuticals, heavy metals, arsenic, radioactive isotopes, fertilizer residue, and plasticizer, which is perhaps the most dangerous of all. So what is plasticizer? Well, it's defined by the dictionary.com. It is any various substances added to plastics or other materials to make sure or keep them soft or pliable, end quote. What fuels this uncertainty even further is that the bottled water industry has been reluctant to release information that regarding that the packaging can have adverse effects on the original product, the water, which is why this is so important. Plastic is made in petrochemical plants and packaged in PET or PETE, paraethylene terephthalate bottles, and as stated by Adriana Quintero, Senior Attorney at Natural Resources and Defense Council, PET is the primary ingredient in PET is paraxylene, a clear liquid derived from refining crude oil. Moreover, paraxylene is a vital component in making plastic, and which a lot of people don't know is in the same family as benzene, and benzene causes cancer. So how is it possible that this can be happening within such a big industry in the U.S.? The answer lies in FDA regulations. The Environmental Protection Agency oversees municipal water quality, while the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, monitors bottled water. The problem with this system is that, as the EWG has found, is that if bottled water is produced in a state and sold within that same state, it is out of FDA jurisdiction. The FDA only regulates products sold state to state, also known as interstate commerce. Most bottled water, according to the EWG, is produced in-state and consumed in-state, and FDA does not regulate it. But even more frightening is the fact that, to the EWG's last account, only one person in the FDA is responsible for overseeing the regulation of all the bottled water in the country. So, the difference between the regulation of tap water and bottled water is that, as best stated by Ruth Kaplan, co-chair for Defending Water for Life Alliance for Democracy, to put it simply, tap water is highly regulated and bottled water is simply not. In conclusion, Americans drink twice as much bottled water as they did 10 years ago, according to the EWG. Furthermore, it is also up to so ultimately, it is up to us as consumers to enforce laws to make sure that our water is clean. Furthermore, it is also up to us to be more mindful as consumers and be aware that water pollution, even in bottled water, does exist.